Delicious with a little chocolate chip. Cacao nibs. So let's just dive in. Ultimately, we all have something that's holding us back in life. We're challenged by everything that we have experienced in our lives, everything we've been told, and especially the stories that we create in our mind. What is it that creates our beliefs, our limitations? Why do we hold back? Why do so many defend their beliefs and limitations, playing the victim of their circumstances? Because everything we're experiencing in this life right now is a result of what we believe, is a direct mirror of that which we hold within us. Where attention goes, energy flows and it grows. If you are always looking for things to be wrong, you will find things wrong. If you are always seeking the positive, the beautiful things in life, which is a form of gratitude on both parts, you will find that too. When you see all the horrible things going on in the world, and there are a lot, there are equally, if not more, amazing, beautiful, wonderful things happening in the world. It's always a shift of where on the pendulum you're swinging, where you're choosing to focus, where you're giving your energy and feeding it. Because that's what this life is really about, is acknowledging the power that you wield, the power that you have, that you are part of the creation of all of this life that you are experiencing and witnessing. This life could not exist without you, because it's your energy that feeds it and grows it and creates it. To act small or play small is not owning your all, your power, and the truth of who you are as a human, as a soul. You're more powerful than you realize. To cower back and to say, oh, that's not me, that's also you too. Whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, it's all you too. It's all me. It's all of us. We are the change we've been waiting for, seeking, expecting. The more we step into that power and stop playing small, stop playing victim to the circumstances around us. You know, we were dealt a bad card. We were labeled with the dis-ease. All of that's to disempower us. It's to keep us down. What we need to do is shift, flip the switch, change our story, rewrite our lives. Focus on what it is you desire and what you want to experience. There's plenty to take you out of your peace. But it's up to you to choose whether you're going to go in that direction or you're going to say, not today, Satan. No, I choose my peace. Everything in this life is a choice. And you're either contributing to the fear-basing or the love-inspiring. We're always either coming from a position of fear, oh my gosh, I'm afraid this is going to happen, and you're creating whatever that is. Or you're coming from the place of love, like I have full faith and trust in knowing in who I am, that no matter what's going on out there, I can overcome that. I can contribute to uplifting, inspiring, supporting, and empowering others through my own personal life, living an inspired life. I choose me first. And when you choose you first, you value, you see, you feel, you know, you sense it in all your senses. That will grow. But we're living in a dualistic life. We will be fed whatever it is that is trying to take over, to take us off our path, to distract us. Because that's what this life is all about. It's actually a game. Our souls came down to incarnate into these human bodies to see how we're going to find our way back home, how we will navigate. Think about these board games, these video games, you know, you're going through little mazes and there's these little things that come out to catch you off your guard. It's no different. And you notice how easily you get sucked in to old patterns and beliefs and behaviors. And you go back and go, wow, oh my God, how did I allow that to happen? Each one of those experiences are exactly just like in a game. They caught you off guard. Are you going to react, respond? Each time you have an opportunity to improve upon the circumstances that keep reappearing. You can contribute in the old ways and still get the same thing that you've always gotten, because that is the definition of crazy, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But the truth is you want something different, so why are you doing the same? That is the question that comes up over and over again. Why would you continue to lead the same mundane life and claim you want something so much more if you're not willing to step out of your comfort zone? If you're not willing to invest in yourself, if you're not willing to make a change that's going to put you in that place. We can talk all we want, but are we going to walk the talk? When it comes down to it, that's what it's all about. Are you going to nourish and flourish? Or are you going to degrade and sink in? You know, there are those people, they will plant their feet in the mud and turn to concrete because they will defend their limitations, their stories, their old outdated belief systems, just because it's a good way to distract them and enable them where they're at. And because, you know, people, they wave the flag of victimhood like a badge of honor. Like, oh, woe is me, look at me. Because it gives them attention, it gives them significance, it gives them some form of feeling essential. They're still miserable. Keep that in mind. They're not making a change. They're choosing their misery, and they don't even recognize the power in that. I've been on this path all of my life. I wouldn't know it if I didn't exhibit or experience it for myself. I've also been the person who, obviously, we do this, we all do this. We fight for our limitations. We explain away and tell the story of why we're not doing or why we're not where we want to be. We're our own worst inner critic, but yet we're a victim of our own mind, our own stories, our own beliefs. Why are they stronger than we are? Why aren't we more convicted in the knowing that we will thrive, not survive? Why is that? Because comfort. Because our biggest addiction is to comfort. Because we've been conditioned to think we're not supposed to feel pain. No, we have to deny that. We have to reject it. What we really want is all the good stuff. But with the good comes the bad, and you have to equally appreciate both. That if you deny one, you're denying a piece of yourself and your whole life experience. That's what makes this life so rich, is having the good with the bad and the bad with the good. You cannot keep denying it and thinking that that's okay. It's just like saying, I love my light and I don't want to see my dark. It's what makes you illuminate. You know, when you have pain after a breakup, it shows that you cared enough to go in and have that experience, to give of yourself, to receive so much pain. This is duality. That which you're most willing to go in full on, you will receive equally when it ends. And the moment you accept that and you own that and celebrate it when it happens, the more you're going to have courage to recognize that, wow, yeah, I was so willing to love so deeply that I am in such deep pain. That's a gift. That's a prayer. That's gratitude. And that's medicine too. Our lives are full of opportunities to heal, to grow, and evolve. The only reason we stay stuck and stagnant is because of our own choosing to not evolve and grow. If you're not challenging your beliefs and your stories and your limitations that are self-imposed, then you're not growing and you're not evolving, and you're never going to get to where you want to be. you'll be stuck in the mundane of the everyday. The key is in recognizing, where is my power? Where does my power lie within me? What am I doing or saying or being that's holding me back? What is the story I keep telling myself or others? If you're unwilling to do that deep inner reflection, you're never going to get past it. It will show up to challenge you, though, in all those experiences that we go, oh, why does this keep happening to me? Oh, I'm such a victim, right? Like, we need to step into the role of the victor. And the victor is willing to step up and into what is uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar, never been here before. It knows to face fear in head on with courage and vulnerability, like, yeah, this could end up going in a bad direction, but something in me is saying this is worth the risk. You have to be willing to invest in yourself, in the risk, in the gut feeling, trusting your intuition. Because most people don't just enter into a situation in the face of fear without some awareness or knowledge around that, you know what? Last time I did this, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Most of our fears are these unimagined illusions created up in our minds. It's a story we create. The fear doesn't actually exist. It's just this construct. And it's only there to make you small. And fear is a liar. What you really want is constant growth and challenge, because that's where life happens. That's where we build the courage muscle. We don't stay stuck. We are having experiences that turn us into someone new every moment, every day. You know, change is inevitable. It's constant. Growth is intentional. You have to consciously choose to grow because you're going to constantly change. The question is how. And if you're stepping into your power and knowing, or if you're just staying victim to what everything and everyone else around you is saying. So I have this 11-week program for women in wellness, and the reason I'm doing it is because I want it to be accessible to those out there who understand their value. Even if you don't, I want to actually address a couple things. Because what I'm finding, and I know it for myself, it's really easy to say, oh, that's a lot of money. I can't afford that. That in itself is a limiting belief. Let me tell you, I've spent thousands of dollars working on myself, self-help, personal development. I have invested in myself. I didn't just arrive here because, you know, I sat and I meditated or I went to some yoga classes. No, I've spent thousands of dollars. I've gone to Greece. I've gone to Nicaragua. I've studied with different yoga teachers, Shiva Ray, School Yoga Institute, here at Kundalini Research Institute. I've got my level 2 in Kundalini Yoga. I've also done Date with Destiny with Anthony Robbins. I have invested with coaches myself. And people still want things for free. And the people who don't actually grow are usually the ones who haven't invested in themselves. They're still talking about how they want to make changes in their lives, but they're sitting on their own beliefs and limitations. Until you're willing to put the money where you are valuable and it's an investment and you get a return out of it, you're just going to stay where you are, talking about the same things over and over again, telling the same stories. When you make the choice to invest in you, let me tell you right now, there's an energetic shift that happens. The moment you choose, your life actually starts to change before you've started a program that you're choosing to take. I can attest to this. Every year that I would go to Kundalini White Tantra in Lake Wales, this was the first year we didn't have it, I would feel the trepidations. I would feel that, oh, I don't know, maybe. I get excited first, and then I'd be like, ooh, maybe I don't need to go. Maybe I don't want to go. Because my own mind goes through a little bit of a monkey tailspin of, I feel something on the horizon, because that's what happens. The mind will start to talk you out of something. But you got to be strong in your knowing that that's what's going on, and not just, oh, okay, well, I feel uncomfortable, so maybe I'll just get out of that, That's where most people give up before the miracle. Because the miracle's already coming in the moment you choose. You should be celebrating that trepidation. You should be celebrating the fact that your mind is freaking out, because your mind freaking out means shift is happening, that changes are occurring. Unforeseen, unknown, because that's where the mind freaks out. It senses something unfamiliar and is coming in. And the mind is there to protect you. It's supposed to serve you. You're supposed to master your mind. It's supposed to be on the watch out, the lookout for the fear, the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. It's supposed to warn you, not dictate and rule over you. Because if you tap into your heart, you can tell the difference between true life risk and actual, wow, life enhancing. Because there's flutters, there's certain senses that you will pick up on. When you start working on you, you'll start to notice that every time your mind goes a little bit crazy, a little haywire, it only means that it has no control over the situation. And it never does. So it can tell you stories all day long, but the truth is it's just going to happen without you controlling it. You just get to choose it. So I can attest to what it's like when your mind will try to talk you out of, well, I don't really want to put that much money in. But isn't it interesting that when something's a real priority to you, you'll find the money, you'll find the time. When something is important enough to an individual, they will find a way to pay for it and make time for it. I know, because I have. And I believe in miracles and magic, because in my life, when I didn't think I had the money, I just put a prayer out to the universe. And for whatever reason, it just miraculously would appear. When I needed a few $1,000s here or there to take certain courses, and I didn't have the money, either a payment plan unfolded that was perfectly aligned for me, or the money literally dropped in my lap from some other way. So when you catch yourself limiting yourself over money, also recognize that your money is a direct reflection of what and how you value yourself. Money is energy. It's a tool. And if you're somebody who still holds those old demoting beliefs that money is evil, which is a bunch of bullshit, by the way, it's the power and the love of it that's evil. Money's just a tool, an exchange. And if you're not willing to put money into investing in you, then how are you going to be appreciated? See how I got that one with the word? Value, appreciation, interest. All the words that they use in finance are the same with you as a person. If you appreciate and value yourself, then with that money, it will appreciate, and your interest will grow. But you have to also confront the dialogue, the limiting beliefs in your own mind that say, oh, I've got other things I want to put that money toward. Or maybe you're hoarding it, because sometimes that's what we do too. Money needs to fluidly move and exchange. And if it's sitting stagnant, it's not earning any interest anywhere else, then how do you expect more money to come in? What goes out comes back that much more. And I've had to work through this on my own, that money, believe it or not, is your birthright, whether it's physical money or it's some other form of energy exchange. In this program, I will also be sharing some of the things that I personally have used in the past, some beautiful teachings and books that I've read over the years. I've shared a lot, but there's so much more that's going to be going on. And I'll just tell you this, for 11 weeks, I'm highly discounting my program at $1,500 for 11 weeks. That's $136 a week. If you really think about it, that's actually pretty damn cheap. If you go on a physical retreat out to a different location, $1,500 for 3 days in some cases. Sometimes you get 5 days, if that. That's not even necessarily the cost of housing or rent or food or any of that. So this is an investment of $136 a week. Isn't that kind of cheap when you think about it? Because most people will put down a couple $100 to a couple hours of a workshop, never think anything of it. And whether it's a short-term retreat elsewhere or a workshop, you don't get sustainability and a support group that goes over the course of 11 weeks. In 11 weeks, you're going to see change because we're going to be using tools and you're being supported for 11 weeks. It's not like you just come to the class and you're gone and now you got to figure out what to do with it. You're getting tools, you're getting guidance, you're getting yoga. The yoga alone is $250 worth of yoga for 11 weeks. If you start to break things down and see it differently, you start to recognize, well, maybe that isn't so bad. But you yourself have to understand why you would ever say no to something that would be life enriching, life enhancing, and might get you to where you claim you want to be. When you start saying, oh, I can't afford it, oh, that's too much money, what you're saying really, in retrospect, is I'm not worth it. I'm not worth the value that I'm claiming that that's too much. In fact, I'm not even worth $1,500. I'm not worth investing in. I don't appreciate myself. That's actually the unconscious backlash of those types of statements and beliefs and stories we tell ourselves. If you truly want to make a change and a shift in your life, you have to be willing to put your money where your mouth is. You have to be willing to walk the talk, not just talk the talk. And there are lots of influencers out there who've spent thousands of dollars like myself. And some people will think nothing of it because they have an established name or they think, well, I want to be like that person. And everybody has to find who resonates with them. You have to check your truth meter. You have to literally feel into your body. Does this person align with me? Do I want to work with this person? Do they have what I desire in courage, inspiration, motivation? Do they inspire me to be a better person? Would I want to work with them? Do I feel they have my back? Do I feel that they will add value to my life? These are questions you should be asking yourself in every case, every situation. Because if you want a better life, you have to better yourself. You have to invest in the one person that matters the most, and that's you. I decided to do this at such a low rate because I wanted to make it accessible. I've had some people reach out to me willing to invest in you. We can work out a payment plan, but you have to make the choice. You have to be willing to ask the questions. And sometimes that's a hard one for people to do, is to actually ask the question. You know, I don't have that money in the moment. Can we work out a payment plan? Of course we can. If it's important enough to you, we will find a way to make it. We will work together. But don't turn around and dismiss it because you see money as your obstacle, because really it's not the money that's the obstacle. It's your mindset. It's your thinking. It's the fact that you don't even think you're worth it. And I'm going to tell you, the times when I didn't think I was going to have money to do things, I've always seemed to be taken care of. Because I don't just believe in miracles, I rely on them. Life is a miracle. Life shows up. And this is the thing that's going on in the world right now. Most people don't feel essential. They don't feel important. They don't feel they have something to contribute because they've been conditioned and told that because you have to have something powerful to offer. Every one of us has a powerful role in this life. You have to know that you are just as important as every other person. But you are the one who has to take care of you. You are the one who has to choose for you. Don't let others choose for you. Don't allow others to try to talk you out of something that you feel in your heart and soul. Because that's your litmus test. That is your guidance system. Your heart. We're all too caught up in here. And we need to drop into our heart and feel into what we really know is in our heart and soul. So if this is something you are yearning for, and you will know, because once you enter the sisterhood, you'll notice this is what I've been missing, and it's intangible. It's not just about connecting with a few people or talking about your stuff. This is really about like really feeling supported, seen, heard, valued, appreciated. Because that's what we all need. To have a sacred circle of trust, people who are going to show up for you and you're showing up for them. We're giving and taking, receptivity. That's what life is meant to be. Receptivity. But you have to get past the limitations in the mind. And you have to choose you first. When you choose you, magic just happens naturally. Miracles do unfold. You put a prayer out to the universe. Maybe even put a little note on your altar. If you have an altar, we can talk about creating altars. Sacred space, ritual, it's all about creating a practice that supports and sustains you. Something that actually gets you to grow more and more because you see how it contributes to your overall wellness of being, your mental health, your physical health, your stability, mentally, emotionally, physically. Those three things, mind, body, soul, that's how we live. And if one is out of balance, then everything's out of balance. If you're not right in the mind, it doesn't matter what you put in your mouth. Because the mind is what dictates how you feel about what you put in your mouth. If you're in a mood, you reach for the food, and the food reinforces the mood. It's about mindfulness. It's about tapping into your five senses and honing in on your intuition and trusting the guidance that you get from within. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to foster and nurture that within you, to bring out the best in you, to give you the tools and the guidance that you can trust you, because you are your own inner guru. Nobody is your guru. I'm not your guru. Nobody can tell you what is right for you but you. But that's inside of you. It's not outside of you. This course, this online retreat is about you deepening that intimacy, that into me I see, that relationship to your heart and soul, to strengthen your courage muscles, to get you back to where you feel alive again. Isn't that what we need right now more than ever? We all want to feel. And if we've numbed out the pain, we've numbed out the joy. And so we're always seeking something to stimulate it. We need to get back to humans in unity. That's what makes humanity. Without one another, there is no humanity. And it starts with you first. So be willing to commit to you the way you want others to commit to you too. Because I can tell you right now, if you don't value yourself, nobody else will. If you're not setting the standard and the precedence and investing in you, what makes you think others are going to want to do that too? It's an inside job, and only you can do it for you. This is my message of the day. This is my prayer for everyone who really feels called. Tune into your heart. I want to be here for those. I made it especially affordable because of the fact that I know how much it's needed right now, more than ever. Reach out to me, send me a message. Let's work something out. If you're on the fence, if you feel challenged, let's get you back to you. I'm sending you so much love. Let's ascend, not descend. I love you so much. Have an amazing day.